It is time to
videos, right, here we go, go, go! Great North Run 2025. Let's go, go, go! Woohoo! The Great North Run, the biggest half marathon in the world, one of the most iconic races in the world, where last Sunday over 60,000 of us took part, and I was one of the official pacers. But unfortunately, things did not go to plan. In fact, you could say it was a bit of a toilet disaster. So let's tell you all about this. Yeah, I know, the post Great North Run race review, if that's a name for a video. Let's go. Yes, a warm welcome back. My name is Donato, current England Masters coach, mentor, an all-round nice guy, and last Sunday I had the privilege of pacing the Great North Run at 1 hour 45 at the age of 64, no less. Yes, I don't know if I was the oldest pacer in town, but you know, I was certainly one of the senior ones in more ways than one. But things didn't quite go to plan. Yes, toilet issues, old man issues, all that type of stuff, and even some pacing issues. Yeah, I didn't get my pace quite right, so you could say it was a bit of a disaster. But you know what, when I go through this video, there is a summary where there was some great points and some absolutely epic points that includes a lot of you. But before I go into that epic summary, I've got to give a big shout out to Brian and Jude and their family. Let me stay at their place up north, because without them I don't think I would have been able to take part in the Great North Run, because if you didn't know, some of the hotel prices are, yeah, that's right, not very clever, shall we say. So big thank you to Brian and Jude, lovely family, lovely weekend. Yes, let's crack on. What did exactly go on? Yes, what did go on? As the old proverbial thing can happen, yes, shit can happen. I know, and this is not what you think. It didn't literally happen, it was the opposite. That's right. So for me, I got to the start area, got my flag for pacing and all that type of stuff, but everything seemed to be a bit rushed. There was lots of people. I was getting a bit stressed and anxious, and I hadn't been to the toilet, shall we say. Yeah, and despite getting a little portaloo, having a sit in there, nothing was happening. So I thought, do you know what, I'm gonna have to ride this through. But what that was causing me, and I'm sharing this with you because some of you may relate in terms of the stress and anxieties that can happen during events. But don't get me wrong, I did enjoy the event to a point, but things weren't going quite right. So we all got shuffled to the start area. I get into my pen and everything's great. I'm chatting to so many of you and having a great time, almost trying to forget about it. But in the back of my mind, oh God, I didn't realize how stressed I was about this, because I was getting nightmares of, oh my God, I'm going to poo myself during this run. Oh no. Not only am I going to poo myself, how am I going to get into a portaloo with this huge flag behind me and all that type of stuff, and I'll let so many people down in terms of the pacing, because if I did have to divert for the loo, then it would have all gone to pot, or would it? But that was all going on. The other thing that didn't help is after about, we'd gone over the Tyne Bridge, yes, not the Weir Bridge, it's on the Medal. I know, the Medal fiasco, you seen that video, previous one, so funny. But anyway, gone over the Tyne Bridge, and then we're going uphill a little bit, and I just wasn't feeling good at all. In fact, I even said it during the vlog. I'm only 2 miles in, and I've got to be honest, I'm struggling here. I don't know what the matter is, but hey, I need to press on, keep the pace. Yeah, I wasn't feeling good at all. I don't know what was going on, whether it was the heat. I was beginning to feel it was warm. I think it was about 20 degrees at this time, 20 degrees Celsius. So for me, that's warm. And whilst it's supposed to be an easy pace for me, things didn't feel that easy. But I was getting into a pace. cheekily a little bit quicker than I should have been, a little bit quicker than 8-minute miling, 5-minute kilometre pacing, but I was going at a steady pace. Once I'd got in, I think I might have been over a minute ahead on the schedule, and kept that time almost all the way through. And yeah, that when I finished the actual race, I looked at the stats and the Garmin showed I was running at max, which sort of explains, probably with the stress and anxiety of the worry in the back of my mind of all that was going on, elevated my heart rate and made it a lot harder than it is. That's what happened. I finished, it was great, and I don't know, I feel like I'm sort of sharing this. People seem to think that you just rock up and go, you know, you've reached a certain level of fitness and you sort of stay there forever. No, you've got to keep training to stay up there. Things happen, literally shit can happen, or not shitting, because nothing had happened till the following day. Yeah, I know. So could you say I was constipated or whatever? I don't know. Having had my gallbladder out a few years back, that causes issues in itself anyway. So, but that's maybe for another story, in terms of when you reach a certain age, having all sorts of operations and things going on, which can be a bit of a hindrance. But you know what? I had an absolute epic time. Yeah, an epic time. And do you know why? Let me share with you why. I had an epic time for a lot of reasons, but the biggest reasons is you watching these, where so many of you, out of 60,000 people here, what are the odds of bumping people who not only have you seen before, but you know, but you've met at other events, and you meet at this event as well. As I say, 60,000 people, that's a lot to get lost in, but so many of you are coming up to say hello, chat. I did capture some of you on film, as you can see in the background here, lots of waves and stuff, and people who met me from last year's Great North Run as well. Again, the odds of that happening. But the funniest story must have been when a couple came over and they said they were watching my video of last year on the Saturday evening, and they actually said, what are the odds of bumping into me out of 60,000? And then not only that, I think it was at the parkrun on the Saturday, not only that, but the man who was I'd first met last year at the parkrun as well suddenly appeared as well. So the four of us all on that video, the odds of that is, I don't know how many millions to one. But do you know what, as I say, the whole thing about the Great North Run and a lot of events dotted around the country, the world, it's not just the event itself, it's more than just a running race. It's a community thing, seeing people, sharing with people, and just enjoying the moment. Like last year, like what's about to happen now, the rain is coming down. Last year it was pouring with rain, but I had a great time. This year it was hot, not having the toilet stopped, having the worry and concern, but I still had an overall great time. So things may happen, as I say, literally shit may happen, but it's great seeing so many great people like you, and that's what really makes it. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Were you at the Great North Run this weekend? And the fun part of the medal and all that stuff going on. But I think I'm gonna have to put my hat on because the rain is coming down quite big now. Yes, hat is on now. And it's amazing how the weather changes so quickly here in Britain, hey? You know, wonderful, wonderful weather. But yeah, we are an island here, yes. I might be a big island, maybe not as big an island as Australia, but we're still a big island, yeah. So random stats here on geography, but I absolutely loved it. And if anything, and especially with the family of Brian, Jude, absolutely helping make it such a brilliant weekend. I am tempted to come back next year and see maybe pace again. Are you going to be taking part next year? I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. I will be editing and publishing the race day vlog in some way, but just to warn you, there's a lot of rushed stuff going on, shall we say, but that's for another time. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next video. As an addendum, yes, I did love the comments a lot of you said about the Great North Run medal, incident, shall we say. I think the conclusive evidence is someone was playing some kind of practical joke. That's all we can think of, and somehow it got through the check-in process. But we all have to have a chuckle now and again, yeah? And I think for the Mackies, those in Sunderland area are sort of laughing more than the Geordies, because obviously it's a map of Sunderland and on the back you've got the Weir Bridge, not the Tyne Bridge. But hey, we've got to have a bit of fun, haven't we? So keep enjoying the running, and I'll see you soon. The crowd here is absolutely bonkers, and I'm coming up to someone dressed up as a rhino, mammal,